many billions of tax dollars has Trudeau sent to Ukraine so far? It is billions of dollars, but I'll say this, it's far less than the staggering, astonishing, inexcusable 31 billion tax dollars that Trudeau says he'll give away to rich foreign car makers to build battery factories in Canada. I looked up the market capitalization of Stellantis, one of the companies Trudeau's giving a windfall to, and Volkswagen, another one. These are gifts, by the way, that Trudeau's giving. Canada could have literally bought, as in purchased, to own, half the stock in Stellantis with that much money. Not that they should have, but I literally have never seen anyone negotiate worse deals in history. Look at this. Also from just this week. This is from CNBC. Novavax stock spikes 29% after company snags $350 million from Canada for unused COVID shots. Do you know what it means when a company stock shoots up on news like that? It means that the stock market is in investors, analysts, people who study things and make bets in the stock market. None of them imagined that Trudeau would have just handed over more than $350 million for vaccines that Canada didn't use. If they had expected that windfall, it would have already been priced into the stock. No one has ever encountered anyone stupider than Trudeau. They were shocked by it. That's what that stock market reaction shows. And he shovels money around, especially overseas. Did you see this story? Liberal government announces $100 million in aid to shore up police forces in Haiti. Haiti, that's a foreign country. I don't know if you've seen it, but there has been a murderous crime wave across Canada, particularly bad in Toronto. Stabbings, shootings, random killings. But Trudeau just sent $100 million to Haiti for policing there instead. What an idiot. But the Americans aren't much smarter. Look at this story. This is from Associated Press. Pentagon accounting error provides extra $6.2 billion for Ukraine military aid. Oh, okay, got it. So a $6.2 billion mistake. It's quite a mistake. But without any question, without any hesitation, that $6.2 billion error goes to Ukraine, not back to taxpayers in America. I mean, obviously it goes to Ukraine. I mean, it's just obvious it should, right? It's like that Monopoly card, bank error in your favor. That's Trudeau-level stupidity. But by the way, where's all that money from Canada and the U.S. and the U.K. and other countries? Where's it going? I mean, it's got to be close to $100 billion by now, which, by the way, is more than Russia's entire military budget for an entire year. So where's all that Western money, including our money, going? Now, I don't trust any side in this war unless they are admitting something embarrassing. Otherwise, I just discount it all as propaganda. So this was odd, this little clip here. A Russian prankster managed to convince Henry Kissinger to do a call and to make Kissinger, who's 100 years old, by the way, which is incredible, make Kissinger think he was talking to Vladimir Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. So in this call, where Kissinger really thinks he's talking to Zelensky, the pranksters asked Kissinger who he thought bombed the Russian natural gas pipeline called Nord Stream. I don't know if you remember that. It was a huge bombing, and it did a lot of damage to Russia's economy. And Kissinger answered the pranksters and said, I thought you did it? Here, take a look.
Of Nord Stream 2. How do you think? Who is behind of explosion of Nord Stream 2? Who is guilty? How do you think?
I frankly have thought you were.
Really? You think that we? No.
But I didn't blame you. I would not say that as a criticism.
Это шоу Will.
I show you that clip because it's a reminder that for months, the U.S. and Ukraine denied that they blew it up and claimed that Russia blew it up themselves. You have to be careful about propaganda, don't you? So here's Joe Biden admitting something astonishing. And again, I'm only believing him because he's making an admission against his own interests, which is that after 18 months of this war and $100 billion, Ukraine is running out of ammunition. And so is the United States. That's the crazy part. The United States is running low on munitions. Listen to him. He says the U.S. is low. Take a listen.
We're in a situation where Ukraine continues to be brutally attacked across the board by munitions, by these cluster munitions that have dud rates that are very, very low, very high, that are in danger to civilians, number one. Number two, the Ukrainians are running out of ammunition. The ammunition that they call them 155 millimeter weapons. This is a war relating to munitions, and they're running out of that ammunition, and we're low on it. And so what I finally did, took the recommendation of the Defense Department to not permanently, but to allow for in this transition period where we get more 155 weapons, these shells for the Ukrainians, to provide them with something that has a very low dud rate. It's about I think it's 150.
Yikes. A year and a half in, and America itself is running out of weapons and everything else. The U.S. defense budget is more than $800 billion, and that's real money, not our Canadian mini bucks. It is nuts that Ukraine is running out of ammo, but the U.S., China has got to be. Laughing's the wrong word. Can you believe it? Hey, quick point. I don't know if you saw this last week, but all the regime media were saying that at the big NATO meeting today in Vilnius, Lithuania, that Trudeau was going to play a key role. That's the word they kept saying, a key role. Well, here's Trudeau playing a key role this morning.
The extraordinary panelists that we have assembled. If I can briefly introduce Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, will be coming here momentarily. He's going to slot. Yes, thank you, Prime Minister. That's the empty chair. We have, of course, Latvian Prime Minister Krišjānis Kariņš.
Yeah, he finally got out of bed and finally showed up. And take a look at this.
To all these plans, to these force structural requirements, to the command and control adaptation, are going to do what is necessary in terms of getting more people at a higher readiness, more soldiers at a higher readiness, getting the capabilities, buying the systems that we need. So it is more investments. It is investments in infrastructure. It is investments in enablement of. Good morning. It is investments in enablement to make sure that we do not only have the fighting forces, but also that we are able to have the logistics in place, that we are able to support the fight as we now see in Ukraine is so difficult.
So 3 regional defense plans, high north in the Atlantic, the central plan, which covers the Baltics to the Alps, I think is how you've described it, and then Southeast Europe. Those 3 regional defense plans. Prime Minister Trudeau, welcome.
Good morning. Apologies for
No. I call this perfect timing because I'm going to throw the first question to you. So no rest for the weary. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're so proud of Trudeau playing a key role.